Good morning, everybody. So good to be here this morning. Thank you very much, Tim. I'm glad Tim told the clean version of how we know each other, because I knew he wasn't going to tell the real story. So to cut it very short, so that he doesn't steal the limelight, Tim and I went to, yes, an all-boys school. I was there as one of 3 girls, and that's how I met Tim back in 1996. So we've been at this together for a very long time. Good morning, everybody. I need to stand here and declare that many of you probably came through our beautiful, fantastic, lovely airport. It is currently, as I stand here today, called Cape Town International Airport. I cannot guarantee what it will be called in a couple of months, but right now, we warmly welcome you to Cape Town International Airport, one of our flagship airports, rated the best airport in Africa, number 21 globally, along with some of our other international airports, but I'm going to get into that. But first, if you just can indulge me quickly, 1 second. I like that slide that Tim put up, and there's a reason why I want to get onto that slide. It's conversations like this that lead us to ensuring that we establish win-win partnerships. And I believe through our amazing collaboration and partnership with the ACSA team that we're going to drive huge growth within the Africa space. And there's a reason why I show this. So we speak about Walvis Bay, Namibia. Airports Company has just signed an MOU with the Namibian Airports Authority. So for me, once again, this highlights the need for us to be on the same page, to jointly collaborate in growing the market as a country. Zim, we're currently speaking to Zimbabwe as well. Mauritius, nothing there yet. Botswana, nothing yet. Senegal. On the other side, speaking to Mozambique. Interestingly, yesterday, we got an offer letter from the authorities there. We are now going to be assisting them with the commissioning of the new Kenneth Kaunda International Terminal in Lusaka. So once again, let's use that, let's leverage that. And Accra, we have a very, very strong MOU, a great relationship with GACL, and we are also currently helping them with the commissioning of the new terminal within Accra. And Tanzania, some of the work that also needs to be done. So I'm hoping, by me starting with this slide, I first highlight some of the work that we do in terms of the growth potential within Africa, our dedication to growing aviation. And I like that. United we rise. We cannot do it on our own as an airports authority. It's a collaboration. And I always say in my mind, simplistically, it's like a triangle. You've got the routes aspect, you've got the market, the captive market, whether it's the business opportunities, whether it's the tourism, the passengers, and you've got the airline, the airports, the infrastructure. The triangle must be in sync. You can't do one at the expense of the other. And you can't go on your own without bringing the triangle as a whole. And then now I'm going to go into my actual presentation. So a year ago, it was fascinating. We had to go to Cameroon. We also have signed an MOU with Cameroon. And I remember just the logistics and the difficulty we faced flying from Johannesburg to Yaoundé. You would think that intra-Africa, we are relatively connected. Here's the irony. We could only fly in the most convenient manner 2 ways. From Johannesburg, in fact, 3 ways. Johannesburg, either to Kenya, Nairobi, and then connect across to Yaoundé. Johannesburg, or to Addis, then connect to the west. So you're doing south, you're doing east to go to the west. And here's the irony. Another better connection was through Paris. Johannesburg, Paris, Yaoundé. And I thought to myself, there's something incredibly strange with that story. Here we are, we've got a powerful country within Africa with so much potential, like Cameroon. And I physically have to get on an airplane, go to Europe, to come back into Africa. And for me, that still baffles me. It really does. And I highlight this to say that as Africa, we've got amazing growth potential. The numbers tell us. Collectively, as Africa, we are surpassing economic growth throughout the world. So Africa is the place to be. And therefore, Africa is the place that needs to be connected. And with conferences like this, I truly, truly hope that it's not just a talk shop, that we will actively pursue growing into Africa as routes in terms of airlines, as the markets in terms of the cities, as well as the airports in terms of the infrastructure that we provide. Who we are, I've already started telling the story. We are a network of 9 airports, and collectively, our airports within South Africa manage just over 36 million passengers per annum. World class indeed. Like I say, you've been through Cape Town International Airport, and time in, time out, they receive awards. They receive the recognition that they deserve, consistently so, and we're very proud of that. King Shaka International Airport, also number 26 globally, and OR Tambo number 31. So collectively, in terms of our 3 international airports, we're proud to say that we are in the top 35 airports of the world. But here's the trick. It's not enough for us to be big and to be the best within South Africa. We have a responsibility not only to South Africa and the regions that we serve, but it's far broader than just South Africa. Our responsibility is to Africa as a whole. And I've spoken about the great collaboration we've got within Ghana. Over and above that, we've got concessions within Brazil at Sao Paulo and within India in the Mumbai airport. We did a study last year for the first time, and it was to say, we do know, inherently, each and every single one of us sitting here knows that aviation has a significant impact on economic growth. The studies have been done around tourism, studies have been done on a number of sectors, but studies have never been done around airports. So we took it upon ourselves to actually drive a study to understand that this is 10 venues, or it's 9 airports plus 1 venue being our corporate head office. We needed to understand what the catalytic impact of the communities, the economies in which our airports are currently running, and what that would be, and we quantified it. So in a very, very big picture, I'm not going to go through the detail. I think the slides are going to be shared with everybody, but in a nutshell, our airports contributed 70 billion rands to South Africa's economy in the year 2017. We supported over 234,000 jobs in South Africa. And now once again I say, that is only a South African picture. Our responsibility is not only South Africa. Our responsibility is to Africa as a whole. Closer look at our flagship airport, Cape Town. We have a number of projects that are planned for Cape Town Airport. I've got one of my colleagues, Badisa, who's our head of executive for infrastructure and asset management, and he's kept very busy by some of these. Dion calls us on a daily basis to make sure that he gets his airtime and, of course, his fair share of CapEx to make sure that these huge projects, very, very huge projects, take place. So we've got a realigned runway, which is the biggest and the foremost priority project for Cape Town at the moment. We've got apron parking stands, a new domestic arrivals terminal. Tim mentioned the World Cup, and one of the big infrastructure projects that we had for Cape Town was to redo domestic terminal, but it was never quite finished. So this would mean that we would be finishing that project. And currently, and it always happens to me when I come to this airport, that in the aircraft that I'm in, they park us in the furthest stands on the day that I'm wearing high heels. Lo and behold, it'll happen, because then it's almost like I need to feel what our passengers are going through. It's going to be a very long walk for me. So we're trying to circumvent that and make the walk a lot closer, a lot more seamless, a lot more convenient. Domestic departure gates, Alpha 13 to Alpha 15, boarding gates, international lounge, and of course, an international terminal expansion. So much work around Cape Town that's going to happen over the next 10 to 15 years. A huge part of our CapEx is going to the projects that are happening in Cape Town. And that also truly highlights what Cape Town is in terms of the strategy, this partnership, and what we believe the huge growth potential we see collectively in growing the markets to and from Cape Town. And of course, the one word that I learned when I got to Airports Company 3 years ago, the Aerotropolis, and you always get interesting versions of the pronunciation. But simply put, the Aerotropolis is just saying that cities going into the future are going to grow around the airports, much like back in the days where cities grew around ports, grew around railway stations. Cities are going to grow around airports. And as part of our strategy at the moment is to ensure that we jointly develop the Aerotropolis concept, specifically for the 3 airports right now, that is our focus, to ensure that the growth potential in terms of jobs and in terms of the catalytic economic impact is properly based, and that we reach that collectively with the cities. And I think that's it for the moment. I see I've run out of time. David yesterday warned me when we were doing the wine tasting. He thinks maybe I'd already had too much wine that I don't remember. He said 10 minutes or else. But thank you very much. I will be here for any questions that I have not covered. And like I said, the presentation will be shared for more detail with all of you. Thank you. Finally, say the best for last. MEC Wendy, I must say today I actually saw you're not a politician. Not a politician in that you've stuck to your word. And I think politicians don't do that often. So the last time the 3 of us spoke, I remember you said, because of the water crisis within Cape Town, you have 1 T-shirt. Well, 1 T-shirt in 10 versions, I'm assuming. And until such time that there's been a revival of water and God has blessed us with much rain, you're going to change your outfit. I'm glad your outfit, but we'll stick with glad, your outfit remains the same as it was 3 months ago. So you're a man who's stuck to his word, and I can then definitely say that you're a politician that I really, truly respect, and I'd like to then just welcome you on stage.